After 2 years together, she looked me in the eye and said, "Let's just be friends." I said, "Perfect," then treated her exactly like I treat my other friends, with boundaries. She discovered what just friends really meant when I changed the locks, canceled her Netflix access, and started dating her best friend. By the time she showed up at my door at 6 a.m. screaming that I'd stolen her life, she'd already lost her job, gotten a restraining order, and moved back in with her parents. The conversation happened on a Thursday evening. Random, unremarkable, the kind of night where you think you're ordering takeout and watching Netflix, not having your entire relationship dismantled in real time. Tara sat me down on our couch. Our couch, the one we'd spent 3 weekends debating before finally buying, and said the words that would change everything. "We need to talk." I already knew. You always know. It's in the tone, the way they won't meet your eyes, the carefully rehearsed calm that screams, "I've been planning this." "I love you," she started, and I almost laughed because nothing good ever follows that phrase. "But I'm not in love with you anymore. I think we should transition to being friends." Transition, like we were a company restructuring. Like 2 years of living together, talking about marriage, planning her sister's wedding where I was supposed to be her +1. Like all of that could just be rebranded with better PR. "You want to break up but keep me around," I said. "Not a question. When you say it like that, it sounds bad." She fidgeted with her sleeve. "I just need to find myself, explore who I am outside of us. But I don't want to lose you completely. You're important to me. We'd make amazing friends." Here's what killed me. She'd already packed a bag. It was sitting by the door, perfectly organized, like she'd been loading a getaway car. Her friend Marissa was picking her up in an hour. She'd planned this whole thing, down to having somewhere to stay, down to the exit strategy, but wanted me to believe it was spontaneous emotional growth. "You've already got this figured out," I said, nodding at the bag. "I knew you'd be upset. Marissa said I could crash with her while we figure out the living situation." The living situation? Well, yeah, we'll need to sort out the apartment, but there's no rush. We're adults. We're friends. We can make this work. I sat there processing. 2 years of sharing a bed, talking about kids someday, building a life, and now she wanted to be buddies. Keep all the emotional benefits of having me around while she shopped for something better. The thing is, I could have fought, could have begged, reasoned, promised to change. But somewhere in that moment, staring at her packed bag and rehearsed speech, I realized something clarifying. She'd already left. This conversation was just paperwork. "Okay," I said. She blinked. "Okay, yeah, let's be friends. You're right, we should be able to make this work as adults." She actually smiled, relieved, like I just agreed to her perfect plan where she gets to dump me but keep all the perks of having me in her life. "Oh, thank God. I was so worried you'd hate me or make this difficult. See, this is why we're perfect as friends." She left that night. Marissa picked her up, gave me this pitying look like I was some kicked puppy. I just waved. The next morning, I did exactly what Tara asked. I treated her like a friend, and that's when everything started falling apart. For her. First text came at 7 a.m. "Tara, hey, hope you slept okay. Could you drop off my work laptop? I forgot it in the rush." Me, sure. I'll leave it at the front desk of your office Monday. Tara, can't you bring it by Marissa's? I need it for the weekend. Me, I've got plans. Monday works better for me. Tara, plans? What plans? Me, friend stuff. See, Tara didn't like that. But what was she going to say? We're just friends now. Friends don't drop everything for each other. Saturday, she texted again. "Tara, hey, Marissa and I are going to that new brunch place. Want to come? Me, thanks, but I'm good. Have fun." Tara, come on, we always do Saturday brunch. Me, that was when we were dating. Enjoy your meal. 2 hours later. This is weird. Why are you being like this? Me, like what?
Tara, distant.
Cold. Me, I'm being friendly. Literally what you asked for. Week 2 of friendship. And Tara was starting to crack. See, when she said, let's be friends, what she meant was, let's keep everything exactly the same minus the romance and commitment. What I heard was, let's have appropriate boundaries like I do with all my other friends. She showed up at the apartment Tuesday while I was at work. Still had her key. Helped herself to groceries, did some laundry, even took a shower. Left me a note. Borrowed some stuff. Hope that's cool. I texted her that evening. Me, hey, noticed you came by. I'll need the key back when you get a chance. Tara, what? Why? Me, my friends don't have keys to my place. Tara, but I still have stuff there. Me, we can arrange times for you to get your things. Just like friends do when they need to pick stuff up. Tara, this is ridiculous. We lived together. Me used to. Now we're friends. Different relationship, different boundaries. She came by that evening, furious. You changed the locks? Needed new ones anyway, I said, handing her a box of her immediate belongings. You no longer live here. The rest of your stuff we can schedule pickup times. I can't believe you're being so petty. Petty? I'm treating you exactly like I treat my friends. None of them have keys to my place. But I'm not just any friend. According to you, I interrupted gently, that's exactly what you are. The entitlement started showing everywhere. She expected to still be my emergency contact at work. Still be on my Netflix. Still have access to my Amazon Prime account. Nope, nope, and nope. But the real turning point came that weekend at game night. Our mutual friend group was having their monthly gathering. I showed up solo, feeling lighter than I had in weeks. She showed up with some dude named Connor. This is Connor, she announced loudly enough for everyone to hear. We met at yoga. Connor seemed nice enough, clearly brought as a prop to make me jealous. I shook his hand, welcomed him warmly, then proceeded to destroy everyone at Codenames while paying Tara exactly 0 special attention. Halfway through the night, she cornered me in the kitchen. You don't even care that I'm here with someone else. Why would I? I asked, genuinely confused. We're friends. Friends date people. You're not even a little jealous? Are you jealous when your other friends date people? That's different. How? She couldn't answer, because there was no answer that didn't admit she wanted me to pine for her while she found herself. But the best part of that night, her best friend Marissa had been extra friendly, kept finding excuses to talk to me, laugh at my jokes, touch my arm during conversations. I wasn't trying to make anything happen, just being my normal self without Tara's shadow looming. Next morning, Tara's text woke me up. Tara, what was that with you and Marissa? Me, what was what? Tara, you know what? The flirting. Me, we were just talking. Friends talk. Tara, she's my best friend. Me, and I'm your friend too, right? Friends can be friends with each other's friends. Radio silence for 3 days. Then Thursday, I think I made a mistake. Me, about what? Tara, us. Maybe we should talk. Me, sure. What's up? Tara, in person. Over dinner. Our place. Me, you mean the Italian spot? I actually have plans, but we could grab coffee Saturday afternoon if you want to chat. Tara, plans with who? Me, does it matter? Friends don't need to report their schedules to each other. Tara, is it Marissa? Me, coffee Saturday or no? Tara, this isn't how friends act. Me, this is exactly how friends act. You're thinking of how boyfriends act. Common mistake. 3 weeks after the let's be friends conversation, Marissa made her move. Marissa, hey, random, but I have an extra ticket to that comedy show Saturday. Interested? I need to be clear. I didn't pursue Marissa. Didn't even think of her that way until she started showing interest. But she was funny, attractive, and most importantly, she knew exactly what she wanted. No games, no transitions. No keeping me as a backup plan. Me sure sounds fun. Marissa, great. Fair warning though, Tara's being weird about us hanging out. Just wanted you to know. Me, noted. Still interested if you are. Marissa, definitely. Pick me up at 7. Saturday came. I got dressed up, feeling good for the first time in weeks. As I'm heading out, my phone explodes. Tara, are you serious right now? Me, about what? Tara, Marissa told me you're taking her out. Me, she invited me to a comedy show. Tara, you can't date my best friend. Me, why not? We're both single. Tara, because it's girl code. She can't date my ex. Me, I thought I was your friend, not your ex. Tara, you know what I mean. Me, I really don't. Friends don't have dibs on who their friends can date. She called 17 times. I put my phone on silent. The date with Marissa was fantastic. She was genuinely hilarious. Something I'd never noticed when she was just Tara's friend. We talked about everything except Tara. Well, until the end. I should probably tell you, Marissa said over dessert. Tara's losing it. She called me crying, saying I betrayed her. How do you feel about that? Honestly, she's been a pretty crappy friend lately. Everything's about her journey, her growth. She literally told me last week that keeping you as a friend was her safety net, in case she didn't find someone better. She said that? Word for word. That's actually what made me realize you deserved better. And that maybe I wanted to shoot my shot. We kissed goodnight. Nothing more. Just a sweet, honest first date kiss. I posted nothing online. Told no one. But somehow Tara knew. Sunday morning, 6 a.m. She's pounding on my door. Open up. I know you're in there. It's 6 in the morning, Tara, I said through the door. I don't care. We need to talk now. About what? You kissed her. My best friend. I opened the door. She looked rough. Hair unwashed, eyes red, wearing the same clothes from Friday. You're doing this to hurt me, she said. I'm living my life. You're the one who decided we shouldn't be together. I said friends, not that you could date my friends. You said you needed to find yourself. I'm letting you, while I move on. With Marissa. She's single, I'm single, we like each other. That's how dating works. She tried to push past me into the apartment. I blocked her. You don't live here anymore. I have things inside. Then schedule a time to get them, like we discussed. That's when the real entitlement exploded. She started a campaign, calling mutual friends, spinning stories about how I was revenge dating her best friend to hurt her. Some people bought it. Most didn't. Our buddy Jake called me. Bro, Tara's saying you're only dating Marissa to get back at her. Did she mention she dumped me to find herself, but wanted to keep me around as a backup? She left that part out. Funny how that works. But Tara wasn't done. She tried to sabotage my work, called my office claiming to be my emergency contact, saying I was having a mental health crisis and needed time off. My boss called me in concerned. Your girlfriend called, said you're struggling.
Ex-girlfriend.
And I'm fine. She's having a hard time with the breakup. I documented everything with HR. Started a paper trail. A month after the let's be friends conversation, Tara's carefully constructed plan had completely backfired. Marissa and I were officially dating. Nothing rushed, just enjoying each other without the drama. Tara, meanwhile, was spiraling. She tried everything. Sent Marissa screenshots of our old conversations. Love notes I'd written, intimate photos, clothed, but clearly couple stuff, trying to make Marissa jealous of our past. Marissa showed me everything. She's trying to make me jealous of your past relationship. Is it working?
No.
It's actually showing me how patient you were with her BS. Then Tara tried the nuclear option. She claimed she was pregnant. 2 a.m. text. We need to talk. I'm late. Me, late for what? Tara, you know what I mean.
I'm pregnant.
Me, congratulations. Who's the father? Tara, are you serious? You. Me. Interesting, considering we haven't had sex in 2 months. Tara, it can take time to show up. Me. And you've been with how many guys since then? Connor from yoga, that dude from the bar Marissa mentioned. Tara, I can't believe you're accusing me of lying. Me, I'm not accusing. I'm doing math. If you're pregnant and think it might be mine, let's handle this properly. Doctor's appointment, paternity test when possible. Radio silence. Next day, false alarm. Got my period. Convenient. But the real meltdown came when she realized I'd been serious about dividing our shared life properly. When she left, she'd assumed I'd keep paying for everything, the utilities, the shared phone plan we'd gotten for the discount. Her mom called. What's this about you canceling Tara's phone? I removed her from my plan. She needs to get her own. But she can't afford that right now. Then she should have thought about that before ending our relationship. You're being petty. I'm being practical. Friends don't pay each other's phone bills. The peak entitlement came when Tara found out Marissa and I were planning a weekend trip to the same beach town where Tara and I had gone for our anniversary. She sent a novel-length text about how I was rewriting our memories and disrespecting what we had. Me, it's a public beach. You don't own it. Tara, you know what you're doing. Me, yeah. Taking my girlfriend on a nice weekend trip. Tara, she's not your girlfriend. She's my friend. Me was past tense. She dropped you after you tried to guilt trip her for being happy. That's when Tara made her biggest mistake. She showed up at Marissa's work and caused a scene. Security had to escort her out. Marissa called me shaken. She's lost it. Completely lost it. She screamed that I stole her life. Want to file a restraining order? I might have to. This is insane. The restraining order was the wake-up call Tara needed. Well, that and getting fired from her job for missing too many days during her various meltdowns. Turns out finding yourself is hard when you're also stalking your ex and his new girlfriend. Last I heard, she moved back in with her parents. She's in therapy, court-mandated after the work incident. She's blocked on everything by both Marissa and me. Connor from yoga is dating someone else. She works part-time at a bookstore now. The entitlement never fully broke, though. She sent one last email before I blocked that too. I hope you're happy. You got everything you wanted. You turned my best friend against me. Made me look crazy. Ruined my life. All because you couldn't handle being just friends. I tried to let you down easy. Keep you in my life because I cared. But you had to be vindictive. You had to win. Well, congratulations. You won. You and Marissa deserve each other. I didn't respond. What was the point? In her mind, she's still the victim of some elaborate revenge plot instead of someone facing consequences of her own choices. The truth? I never planned any of this. When she said, "Let's be friends," I took her at her word. I treated her exactly like I treat my friends, with boundaries, respect, and appropriate distance. The fact that she couldn't handle that says everything about what she really wanted. She wanted me to pine, to beg, to wait around while she played the field. She wanted the emotional security of knowing I was there while she looked for something better. When I didn't play that role, when I actually treated her like a friend and moved on with my life, her whole plan collapsed. Marissa and I are still together. It's been good, drama-free, honest, adult. We joke sometimes about the insane way we got together, but mostly we just enjoy each other. Turns out dating someone who knows what they want is refreshing. My advice? When someone says they want to be just friends after a serious relationship, believe them. Then actually treat them like a friend. Nothing more, nothing less. Set boundaries. Move on. Live your life. Because real friends want you to be happy. They don't expect you to sit in limbo while they figure things out. They don't feel entitled to boyfriend privileges with a friend label. Tara wanted all the benefits of a relationship without any of the commitment. She wanted me as her backup plan, her safety net, her emotional support while she explored other options. When I refused to play that role, when I took her at her word and treated her like just another friend, reality hit hard. The best part? I didn't do anything vindictive. Didn't seek out Marissa to hurt Tara. Didn't blast her on social media. Didn't try to turn people against her. I just lived my life, set healthy boundaries, pursued someone who actually wanted to be with me. Tara's downfall was entirely self-inflicted. She ended our relationship. She tried to keep me as backup. She freaked out when I moved on. She harassed her best friend. She made scenes at work. She tried to manipulate everyone around her. All I did was exactly what she asked. I treated her like a friend. Turns out that was the cruelest thing I could have done. Not because I meant it cruel, but because it forced her to face the reality of her choice. When you dump someone but expect them to act like they're still devoted to you, actual friendship feels like punishment. But it's not punishment. It's just friendship. The thing she said she wanted. Funny how that works.